I've finally been released from detention, where I was at Capitol Hill Police Station for the last 3 days since Friday. I was arrested at Jivanji, violently arrested by CID officers from Nairobi traffic area. Very violent and bundled into the boot of a waiting vehicle. So I've been in custody for the last 3 days. I want to thank President Frank, President of Bunge la Mwananchi, for working around the clock to secure my release. And all members, I want to appreciate them, all members of Bunge la Mwananchi, for this effort. I do not take it for granted. This is the solidarity that we want. I also want to thank the lawyers who have done their best to secure my release. What I want to say finally is that as activists, we can never be intimidated, we can never be silenced, we can never be cowed, even by people bringing up frivolous and trumped up charges in order to silence us. We shall continue to call out all state officers to account for their actions in office without intimidation, without fear, without favor. No amount of this intimidation can cow us. So I really want to appreciate this effort. I thank the President and all members of Bunge la Mwananchi. Asante.
Generally speaking, on behalf of Bunge la Mwananchi and civil society actors, we are concerned because you see what happened to Kiberenge. That was a clear example of a whistleblower being targeted by the state. This must be condemned, and all Kenyans must respect the courts, irrespective of who you are in that office. So we are taking the campaign back to the person who was involved, especially on National Health Insurance Fund. That campaign must be sustained, and also we are very concerned as a citizen. Thank you.
Bush, I'm the Attorney General of Bunge la Mwananchi. I think today we are condemning what has transpired in the 3 days ago, when one of the officials of Bunge la Mwananchi was arrested on fabricated, frivolous charges that are inspired by the hatred that certain state officers who do not want to be held account for their actions and misactions in office inspired against one of our officials. I think we have been very clear in this country that the weaponization of criminal justice system is a primitive method that must come to an end. In the 21st century, we do not expect law enforcement agencies, prosecutorial agencies, and investigative agencies to hold brief for the state. Justice should be allowed to stand on its own. And Kiberenge here is arrested because he called out a state officer, the Director General of NHIF, for failing to obey court orders. This is a country that is under the rule of law. If you do not obey court orders, you are a criminal. You should be arrested. So instead of arresting the criminal, the person who disobeyed court orders, who is a fugitive of the law, and we pointed out rightly, and we will repeat, as long as Kenya is under the rule of law, that Mr. Wachira, who is the Director General of NHIF, is a fugitive. He must obey the law. He must obey court orders. So if pointing out that a fugitive needs to be arrested in this country is criminal, then as Bunge la Mwananchi, we are here to affirm solidarity with Kiberenge for that so-called criminal act. Any state officers, be warned wherever you are, that if you do not obey the law, you are a fugitive and must be held accountable. Therefore, we want to condemn the weaponization of state criminal system against those who are whistleblowers, those who bring state officers to account. Therefore, as Bunge la Mwananchi, this is a fight that we will continue, regardless of which office you occupy in this country. If you have committed a criminal offense, Bunge la Mwananchi will ensure that you are held to account. With those few remarks, I thank you.
Let me just say somebody's dog. And the owner of the dog is William Ruto. Because we saw the Gazette nurses putting criminals into the state corporations, replacing them with the technocrats, replacing technocrats with tumbocrats. and criminals. We want to tell William Ruto in all certain terms that on 1st of June 2024, in Kaloloni Social Hall, we want to make him know who is supreme. The supreme person is the Constitution of Kenya. And if he cannot obey it plus all his officers, they are going to go home. We will recall the dog, the big dog, the owner of the dogs will call him. Because we cannot be in a system whereby every lawlessness is with the government, but the citizens are lawful. And the lawful people are being harassed for calling out the lawless people. You've heard something, people say that football is a game played by gentlemen, watched by thugs, isn't it? But rugby is a game played by thugs, watched by what? Gentlemen. So the government of Kenya is run whereby the people running the government are the criminals, isn't it? Trying to take care of the people who are innocent. And we cannot accept the reversal. We must ensure the government of Kenya keeps the law first of all before everybody else keeps the law. The president is a symbol of unity. It does not just mean that you are just sworn in. We should look at you and see symbolism of lawfulness in you. When you look at William Ruto, Wachira, Gachagua, Namukumicha, those people, all these government people, do you see anybody to emulate? So that's where the button is. We want to ensure that the head of state plus all the state officers, first of all, lead by example, then follow. And Bunge la Mwananchi, do not tire. We died long time ago. Are we dying now?
No.
We died what? Long time ago. So we are only waiting for death certificate to enter the grave. So we shall fight until they give us that. I've gotten mine today from the police. Because I was arrested by the police unfairly, the judge has found I have nothing to pay, not even a fine. But the policemen have wasted my time from 9 a.m. to now. So what we are trying to say that the people in government are the lawless. The people outside Kenyans are law-abiding. Let us reverse it now so that we become lawlessness. See what will happen. They'll be in trouble. So with all few words, don't be shaken. Dawa ya Ruto ni debe kabla ya debe. Say that. Dawa ya Ruto.
Said by my colleagues. What I would just wish to add is that the government should work closely with the civil societies and social movement like us to ensure that a lot of wastage does not occur on taxpayers' money, which is being used to fund the operations of government. A lot is being lost, and the government is not able even to take care of its plans and many activities to the locals. So I think the government should work closely with us. The agencies like the DCI, the NIS, should get rid of these officers who are embezzling funds which are meant for development and get them to court so that a legal process commences and a lot to be saved so that a lot of taxpayers' money can go into development and take care of the nation. That is the only route for us to achieve Vision 2030. That's my take.
Mganga. Jambo hili ambaye imesababisha nisimame hapa ni mshangao kwa sababu sielewi kama mwenye makosa ndiye anastahili kushikwa ama mwenye kusema ndiye anastahili kushikwa. Kisikiliza national anthem ya Kenya inasema kwamba haki iwe ngao na mlinzi. Inasema Mungu nguvu yetu uilete baraka Kenya. Haki iwe ngao na mlinzi ndio tuwe na undugu, amani na uhuru. Wewe mtu kama Wachira na wengine ambaye ni wavisati na watu ambao wataki kutii sheria, una expect tukae na wewe ukidhurumu na ukifanya vile unataka? Neno ni moja. Kiberenge tumeshukuru Mungu pamoja na unity ya Bunge la Mwananchi ameachiliwa. Hata kama tumetoa hela lakini ameshatoka. Ile kitu ambayo nataka kuambia leo, Wachira, wewe utaua ule ambao unaona yuko karibu na wewe. Lakini tutakaa pamoja. Either uame Kenya ama si tuame Kenya. Wewe ndio utajua vile ambao utafanya. Utajua mahali utajifix. Either tuame ama uame. Wewe ubaki na president kama ndio anakutetea. Ama ubaki na hao polisi. Kwa hii Kenya si tuende ama nyinyi muende tubaki. Tujue nani mwenye Kenya. Asante.
My name is Francis Awino. I am the current president Bunge la Mwananchi. And I want to say something regarding this issue, Akiberenge. It is so sad that the person who is on the wrong is doing all those things to us. Na mimi mwenyewe nakumbuka tukiwa mtoto, ulikuwa ukikosea mama yako anakuchuna so that you can go towards the right direction. I'm feeling so sad on the fact that we are trying to write up a wrong. We are trying to write up Mr. Wachira. We are trying to tell Mr. Wachira that our courts need to be respected. I feel so sad because by morning, we didn't know that Kiberenge will be taken to court. I made a move and complained to the Internal Affairs Unit. And a few minutes later, I was told that Kiberenge will be apprehended in our court at 11 after serving the letter. Does this mean that we Kenyan, for us to get justice, we have to cry, we have to do something so that we can get justice that we deserve? Our brother Kiberenge was arrested for trying to write up a wrong. And we are saying, even if we are being intimidated, and I said it before, that we are being intimidated, that there is a plot to arrest us, and there is even a plot to kill us, we won't hold as Bunge la Mwananchi members. We won't hold until this Kenya goes towards the right direction. And I'm appealing to Mr. Elijah Wachira, CEO, NHIF. There is no any kind of intimidation. Even if you kill us, you won't kill all of us. Even if we are arrested, you won't arrest all of us. Even if we are intimidated, you won't intimidate all of us. What we are saying, our courts have to be respected, and the rule of law has to be respected, because that rule of law is the one which guides us towards this nation. And if you don't want us to follow the law, we can use the jungle law. And from this position, we will check between we and you who will lose. So we are kindly appealing to Mr. Wachira, follow the law, apologize to Mr. Kiberenge, so that we can move forward as Kenyans. Thank you very much. May God bless Kenya. Asanteni.
Sisi kuloyo. Ukenda. Sisi ko kuloyo. Tuko? Sisi kuloyo. Asituki. Atutitwi. Haya, sawa.
Can I see?
I will see you.
Nenda yari.
Uko naye milimani bali.